There's a popular saying that goes, "Love makes you do stupid things." I personally believe this statement is false. Love makes you do amazing things. Lust makes you do stupid things. Lust is defined as having a strong sexual desire for someone. Now, the problem isn't that sex is bad. The problem is that it feels so good that most of us don't understand how to use our urges responsibly. For those of us who are addicted to P.M.O, for example, it seems that no matter where we go nowadays, we're being tempted. Magazines, television, clothes stores, social media, hell, even on the beach. Also, I do realize that this is a controversial subject. Lust and P.M.O addictions aren't even talked about in schools, even though it's the cause of far too many crimes.
Drugs are really very bad. If you do them, it's very sad.
To combat the argument that lust is not an issue, I'd like to refer to the YouTube channel Fight the New Drug, a channel that uses science, facts, and real-life testimonies to prove that P.M.O kills love. Famous celebrities Terry Crews and Lamar Odom have publicly testified that the addiction is nothing to take lightly. It almost ruined their lives. Lust is also what almost destroyed Homer and Marge's marriage. If we look back at the episode, The Last Temptation of Homer from season 5, it's clear the writers wanted to emphasize how sneaky the desire can be. This episode also cleverly reveals the difference between lust and love. To help me with this video, I am very excited to give a warm welcome to Jordan Green, the special guest for today's video. He makes amazing videos on self-development. I personally find his content very motivating, as many of his videos have helped me in the past. If I can get most people watching this video to show him love and subscribe to his channel, that would make me happy. You won't regret it either.
I appreciate the introduction and I appreciate you for having me on. But let's begin with this spicy story. It's another day in the office for Homer Simpson. Randomly, he is given one of many surprises in the week. He meets his new coworker, Mindy Simmons, and instantly begins to fantasize about her. Catching himself, he sprints out of the room, wondering why he reacted the way that he did. Who else can relate to Homer's embarrassment here? When you unexpectedly run into someone so attractive that you don't even know what to say. We've all had moments like this. The mistake some of us make, and the mistake that Homer is about to make, is overthinking it to the point where we become anxious about it. After waving goodbye to Mindy after work, Homer gets in his car to drive home, but instantly gets himself into a car accident just thinking about her. There's nothing wrong with finding certain people attractive, but yikes. When you almost kill yourself or others because of it, you know you have a problem.
Yeah, Homer is definitely playing with fire here. He knows nothing about her. He's never even had a conversation with her. Take it from me, who has made this mistake in the past. Fantasizing about someone who you haven't spent more than 10 minutes talking to can get you into a lot of trouble because your mind will try and fill in the unknowns with a bunch of lies, and you create this imaginary friend rather than figuring out the truth about the person. Now, it's natural to find appeal in the way someone looks. But what does Homer know about Mindy up until this point? What, that she has a motorcycle? That she looks pretty? That's literally all he knows about her. Yet here he is in a bar having anxiety over a girl who he's seen for only 15 seconds. No exaggeration. Thankfully, Homer's friend challenges him to test his infatuation for the woman to see if it can actually go anywhere, or if it's just lust blinding his vision.
Your infatuation is based on a physical attraction. Talk to the woman, and you'll realize you have nothing in common.
Homer takes his advice and tries to have an actual conversation with his crush. He goes into it expecting to have nothing in common with her, but actually finds that they have a couple of things in common. So he comes up with a plan B. In a desperate attempt to get over her, he tries to avoid her for the rest of the day, and is successful all the way up until his final moments of his shift. Surprise! In the smallest elevator ever invented, Homer tries to think of a way to escape the most awkward elevator ride of his life, and almost accidentally commits suicide for the second time. It's also revealed in this scene that this affection might not be so one-sided after all.
Think on sexy thoughts, think on sexy thoughts.
The temptations don't stop there. When Homer gets home, he is hit with another surprise. His wife Marge opens the door, looking worse than a Big Mac at McDonald's. This is like the worst possible day for her to be sick, and for her to show him this specific picture. Because his wife's presence wasn't enough to stop his urges, he resorts to TV to get his mind off things. However, every channel he turns to reminds him of sex. Homer's temptation doesn't die off after a good night's sleep either. The next day, he sings a song that he created about Mindy. I just want to take a moment to just pause. Let's really think about this for a minute. Homer still doesn't know much about this woman. He especially doesn't know enough to create an entire song dedicated to her. Then guess what? He gets caught. Lisa catches him red-handed and asks him what he's hiding. Luckily, he's able to get away with it by running away on the spot. But what does this scene show us? That too much lust can cause unnecessary family drama. Homer tries to end the entanglement before it starts. He returns to work planning to tell Mindy that they should avoid seeing one another. However, when it's showtime, he's unable to get his words out properly. It only gets more dramatic after the two are gifted a vacation together for work-related purposes. Once they are shown their apartment, they find out, due to another odd consequence, that their rooms are right next door to one another. Mindy uses this as an opportunity to subtly flirt with Homer.
If it weren't for this wall, we'd be sleeping in the same bed. Homer, I got a really wicked idea that could get us into a lot of trouble.
Mindy, we have to fight our temptation.
No, Homer. Let's do it.
So they give in and decide to get it over with. They get in bed, get comfortable, and enjoy all the room service they can eat. Yeah, it doesn't lead to sex, but due to the butterfly effect, it does lead to an accidental kiss. Then it gets even more complicated from there after they win a romantic dinner together in the sexiest Chinese restaurant in the city, whatever that means.
The sexiest Chinese restaurant in Capital City.
Is there any way to get out of this?
No.
They officially go on a date. The fortune cookie basically tells Homer to cheat on his wife, and he wonders why he just can't catch a break. Then when they get to their room and sit on his bed, he starts crying, thinking that sex is inevitable at this point. Mindy tells him he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do and to look within his heart for the answers. Homer takes that advice. He looks within his heart and discovers what it is that he truly wants. His wife, Marge. Homer and Marge go on their own date, and true love wins. It's a beautiful ending, one that I think brilliantly captures this story's message.
Contrary to what XXX websites have brainwashed our generation into believing, the truth is, we can't hook up with them all. And when we try to hook up with them all, we get ourselves into trouble. There is no such thing as a perfect partner. There will always be someone who looks hotter. There will always be someone who is better at flirting. There will always be someone who will make it so easy to get a quick one in. The solution is to pursue love that will last, rather than lust that will only make us regret our past. Lust is hasty, but love is patient. Lust is deceitful, but love is careful. Lust is temporary, but love lasts forever. XXX websites fundamentally twist our reality for the worst. Over time, the brain will start to believe in this foolish idea that having sex with hundreds of attractive people is not only possible, but it's the best way and the only way. Then, without even realizing it, we subconsciously become entitled to that reality. Take it from someone like NBA legend Wilt Chamberlain, who said it himself. It's reported that he slept with over 20,000 women in his life. Some people watching this might think that sounds like heaven, but according to Wilt, having one woman 1,000 times is more satisfying.
The idea was to say that, sex really rules the world.
If Homer was real, I'm sure his message to the world would be to never take for granted the value of a good heart, a good personality, and a good family. Because something that good can last a lifetime. Don't forget to express yourself, and thanks for watching.